yesterday has just gone into a snap lockdown. So it's been a while since I've picked up the camera and filmed what I've been doing because I haven't done a huge amount. I'm currently doing some stuff on the electrical things. I'm wanting to be attaching a battery monitor because I haven't had a battery monitor and I've just kind of trusted that I've had enough input. My dad and I would spent like half an hour to an hour trying to figure out why my battery to battery charger, why it wasn't charging from the alternator or the car battery. Figure out if we wired it wrong or whatever it was, and turns out it's just one of the fuses have blown. So we've now replaced the fuse and it seems like it's working fine, and I just can't believe that it took that long to figure it out. So what I've just hooked up is this battery meter. And I know that the main battery monitors, when I was looking at what people tend to use, is the Victron one, which is really, really expensive. And I wanted to give this one a go because it was 50 bucks from J-Car. And now I'm moving on to installing my sink. So I got my sink just from Kamek. And it's like kind of like the smallest size sink I could find. It's not actually that ridiculously small, which is nice. Essentially, I've put my sink down on the bench where I wanted it to be and drew an outline around it, and now I'm measuring 1.5 centimeters in because that's kind of like what the lip is, and that will give me a good amount of clearance, and then we're going to go from there. We're having a little bit of a dilemma, and I haven't seen anyone talk about having this issue before, so I've been a bit surprised by it. But essentially, I, with the help of my dad, because I needed a bit more brute force, was drilling the hole to put my tap through, which I did get from a caravan shop. I got the guys to help me then. They didn't mention anything about this, but anyway, the bench top is too thick for what this is designed for. So with it all kind of screwed together, that is the maximum thickness that the bench can be for the thread to go through and for there to be enough space on the other side to screw these two bits on. And it's like needs to be almost half the thickness that the actual bench top is. So bit of an issue, but we're thinking of maybe trying to cut in on the bench on the underside of it so that we've got enough length of the thread to put it all together. So far, this kind of thing is always why the build ends up taking so much longer than you'd expect it to. Now we're trying to figure out how we want to decrease the width of the bench, and finding the right tools to do it, and it's just like this extra thing that we have to do that we didn't anticipate. Like, this usually would have been quite a quick job, but we didn't even think that this would be an issue. So
well, something happened.
today is the 30th of June and Perth, as of yesterday, has just gone into a snap lockdown. Don't have any work to do over today and tomorrow, so I'm just going to be doing some stuff on the van, and I thought it would be a great time to show you guys what I've been doing. The first thing I'm going to do today is there's a minor leak where the roof fan is, so I'm just going to chuck a whole lot more silicone around it. When I was first doing it, for some reason I felt like it needed to look neat and I needed to be really conservative with the amount of silicone that I was putting on, and now I've realized that you just don't need to be. Like, no one's gonna see this, and practicality over how it looks is more important.
My empty heart walks on and on. It's always lonesome, yeah, not alone. Always trying to feel caught inside. I've tried moving on, forgetting you, but it's hard to replace when it's part of you, and nothing ever compares to you and me. Oh, I think about you every night. Tell me what.
So I've got a couple of things going on right now. This is the backing for the bed, like the side of the bed. And I'm building these little kind of cubbies for some extra storage.
'Cause I feel like nothing without you. Oh, I am nothing. Oh, sweet nothing without you. Without you.
Well, I see you everywhere in all I do. There's always something that reminds me of you. When you called me yours and I could call you mine.
Well, the size of
The other thing I'm building is this little box. This is what the bed pulls onto and rests on, but obviously want to utilize as much space as I can. So it's going to be a box to store some things, and I'm just building this lid for it now. The wood is a little bit bent, so that's what I'm currently dealing with, but I think it should be alright. The other thing I'm trying to do is suss out how big I want this table to be. The idea is sit here, and that will be long enough that someone can sit next to me and we can both use the table. I could even have it like this and sit here. I've cut a bit of cardboard that I think is kind of around the size that I want it to be. I think this is the size that I want it to be. Right now it looks like it's on a massive angle, but it's because the van's on an angle as well. So. I'm going to sign this video off here. I am just starting to build the overhead cabinet, so the next van build episode will cover that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously it was just a lot of little things I was doing here and there, but don't forget to subscribe and like this video, because I'm going to be soon sharing some videos of some van trips and actually using the van rather than just the van builds. But thanks for watching.